Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lisa, otherwise known as Little Victories here on YouTube. This is going to be a speed build of a banquet hall type situation. The other night I decided to cook all of the food that I didn't already know how to make so that I would have the recipes available to me, and I wanted a kind of cool place to display them all instead of just eating them all. So my first inclination was to do kind of a Harry Potter inspired Great Hall sort of thing, since they gave us those floating candles in the Star Path. Was it the last one? No, the one before Christmas, in the Halloween Star Path. And I hadn't really used them yet because I wasn't decorating all that much inside. So you'll see at the beginning I try to work that out, trying to get some stone castle sort of thing going on. And then in the end I go a completely different direction. I still use the candles and everything, but it's not so much castle type vibe. I end up putting all of these candles in and then taking them out because they're so annoying to try to decorate around. Whenever you go to grab something, it grabs the candles instead. So those don't go in until a little bit later, the permanent ones. I had a lot of trouble with this one because I don't have the table that I would like. I don't even know if it exists. I want like an old looking wooden table, kind of like the Frozen one that you can put together like that, but the Frozen table, the wood color is more red toned, and it's not what I wanted. So I toyed with the idea of doing that concrete table, and I moved a bunch of food off so that I could get rid of the Frozen tables, but I end up doing a different table altogether, just a very basic one you can buy from Scrooge. So this is after I go and get that. It's just the long black dining table if you're interested in grabbing that one for something for yourself. While I was grabbing the tables, I also went and got all the other food items that I had stored in other places from my cooking session the other night. So I'm going to drop those down and add those all to the tables here soon too. I had to toy around with the layout in here to be able to make anything really work. I think this is the biggest room, but I'm going to go back and check. Maybe it's not, but I think it's because I use so many tables. It just seems like it's small or big items in general. And I ended up wanting a fireplace. And I go steal the one from this room downstairs to put up there. And I was checking that other room. I thought I edited that out, but I didn't. So you get to see that. So I stole the Tangled fireplace from a different room for in here. And I moved things around a lot, trying to figure out where I wanted things. And I ended up moving it somewhere else, and I do a different layout for the tables. So the thing with this room is that I got it to a point where I kind of like it. I like it, but I think it's going to change eventually. Once I get a table item that I like better, maybe some sort of bench for the tables instead of chairs. I ended up not really putting chairs, not a lot of them, because I wouldn't be able to run around the tables and get around the room. But I still wanted there to be a lot of food and a lot of tables present. Just a fun way to display all of the items, the food items. And that's not even all the food items. After the speed build part, I'll drop in a clip walking around the room. I recorded that once already, but my microphone was not working for some reason. It was very annoying. But you do what you gotta do. And I'll go back in and re-record that. See, I couldn't decide. It was because I want the really large table so that I have more space for food. It's hard to make it work. I like those chairs with that table, kind of, actually, but there was just no way to have tables and chairs and be able to run around. So I end up putting them against the wall in a few places. I bring in another couch in a minute. And I did the Frozen moose heads on the wall. I had 2 available to me, so I went ahead and used both. And I end up putting that decorative shield that I just scrolled past. I put a few more things on the wall just to sort of make it feel a little more full. And here we go ahead and put in the lights. I should have waited to put the lights in until I had put all the food down, but I didn't. And then so you'll see I kept grabbing the candles instead of the food. Kind of annoying. So this is the final wallpaper and floor that I ended up going with. So it was a completely different color scheme than I originally had in mind, but I like the purple. I've mentioned before, purple is one of my favorite colors. So it works. And it kind of ties into that fireplace that I grabbed. So this is just me trying to put all the food on all the tables. And I originally was going to have a dessert table. I mean, it's still there. I'll show you in the walkthrough, but I didn't finish moving all the desserts to one table because the candles were annoying me so much. I just got what was on the floor off of the floor. And so I'll go in and move some of the food around a little bit later. I might actually cook every single food item and just put it in here just because I can. I'm missing I think it's the birthday cake, the big pink and purple one. And a few other dessert items that I had already learned to make, like the Wonderland cookies and things like that. So here's the little seating area going into place. I moved those tables over. And yeah, you can see that I put the chairs against the wall. I tried out some rugs, but I just don't have one that matches this yet. So it's on the to-do list as well for this room. Add some rugs eventually. So this is about it. I'll jump in with the walkthrough very soon. All in all, I was really happy with how it turned out. I don't have quite the right items. Okay, now we're back to do a quick walkthrough of the room. I did this once before. I think I mentioned in the recording, the voiceover recording. But my microphone decided to not work, so hopefully it does this time. So here it is. As I said, this is not every food item, but dang it, I always hit the wrong key. But I'm probably missing like 20 or so. So I might go in and add them all here eventually because I do have some slots left. But I ended up with this purple and gold sort of feeling. I threw in the Frozen stuff, the Beauty and the Beast couch because I just think it works with the golds. And then I went and grabbed the memory frame. That's what this picture is called, and I think it actually looks pretty nice there. The only problem is I can't get to it without moving the table if I want to change the image in it. But I think that image actually works pretty well in this room. But I might change it sometime. And then I've got all the floating candles at the top, which is the whole inspiration for this room to begin with. So eventually I might, like I said, it'll probably change quite a bit eventually. Different tables, possibly chairs. If we ever got a bench type seat, like it might exist, I just might not have it yet. A bench type seat and an old-fashioned looking wooden table, I might go more for the Great Hall sort of look like I had envisioned. But I just don't have those items that work really well right now. And I used these Beauty and the Beast windows that I got today from Scrooge. But I'm not sold on those either. So those might change once I get a few more windows as well. So yeah, that's it. The food hall, banquet hall, something like that. I think I'm going to do more of these themed sort of rooms as time goes by. I threw the pots and pans on the wall just to have another thing up there. And that shield that actually looks pretty good. So yeah, the food, it's pretty interesting. They use the same models for a few things. But all in all, it's a really good variety of stuff. There's the gray stuff right there. Those three little plops. They don't look gray in here. They actually look kind of purple. But, and then there was another fun one if you haven't made it yet. It's Cusco's spinach puffs. They're right there. I like that they're throwing in some little Easter eggs and foods from the movies and things. So, all right. That's it for today. Oh, I forgot to mention that, if you have a Dreamlight Valley channel here on YouTube where you post stuff, let me know in the comments. I'll go subscribe because I want to be more involved in the community if I can, and I don't know about you all yet. So I found several and I've watched them regularly for a while, but I would love to find some new people like me that are just starting out. So that's it. I will see you tomorrow.